It's Alma of the Airwaves and Lucky on the orange couch, but you are looking at a split screen. We have my dearest friend Mary to join me this morning. Okay, you know the movie There Is Something About Mary? Okay, there's definitely something about my dear friend. Welcome, sweetheart, and tell us about you.
Thank you. Good morning, and good morning, incredible listeners of Alma of the Airwaves. I don't know how you know her, but my life has changed since I have met her. Zoom is an incredible platform to meet people. I happen to reside in the United States of America in Atlanta, Georgia. She's in Toronto, Canada, and we are connected. And if you haven't figured that out, just look at our colors. We did not plan to match, but we do.
Absolutely not. Isn't that something? Telepathy at its best. Oh, my Mary. Okay, so we have so much to talk about, but let's do really what cannot be missed, which is let's first talk about your book. The book that you're writing, because this alone is going to introduce everybody to you. Tell us about it.
I have always wanted to write a book. It has taken me 3 years. I did not dedicate my life to writing a book. I retired 3 years ago, started journaling, which I do on a regular basis, and just some things came out. A lot came out. Matter of fact, 366 pages came out. So I'm in
Oh,
the process of compiling all that, and it's actually at the publisher. So soon, when I get to come back to this platform, I will actually show you the book. The name is Jump, Trust, Fly, a guide for the next 365 days. And what it is,
please say it again. Just the title. Listen to the title.
Jump, Trust, Fly, a guide for the next 365 days.
I love it.
And my hope is that something positive is going to come out of 2020, and I choose that it will be my book.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. You said it's already at the publisher.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And so, 3 years. Okay. First of all, retiring. Look at you. Okay. This is just something that how did actually Corona, because until this, let's say mid-March, we were living in a world, and then this happened. How did Corona change your life?
In multiple ways. Being quarantined, just staying at home and attempting to do-it-yourself projects, and I'm not very good at that. So I start things and don't finish. And at first, I enjoyed being isolated, but after maybe a week and a half, I'm a huge people person, and I'm a hugger, and I'm a talker, and it was a big shift for me to just stay with myself
Mm.
and stay in my house and a dog, and that's about it, and waving at neighbors from a distance. But I found out that not only can I live alone and stay alone, but I can be okay with that. I don't have to reach outside for validation. And that I've done a lot of work on myself, I guess my own self-therapy, but it has changed tremendously. I value the time I have with people. I value the time that I have on this earth, and I absolutely am extremely grateful for my health. I have had people that have had the disease or the virus, excuse me, survived, and some that have not. I'm just eternally grateful that it's not me.
Yeah. Yes, sweetheart. And actually, so what you're saying, what what did you discover something about you, Mary, that you didn't know before? Like, did this isolation bring you to meet a part of you that you were not quite aware of? I mean, did you meet somebody new in this setting? Because I most certainly did.
Oh, absolutely. I've always talked about, you have a choice about your attitude.
Yes.
But when you're around people, you can bounce that attitude off. But I found that I was becoming a little negative. I was found that I was being cranky, crabby at the lady at the grocery store for whatever reason. Um, but it's all about choices for me. I have a choice every day how I'm going to face my life. One thing that came out of one of my writings is when I have a friend that was paralyzed at a diving accident in high school. And he has thrived since then. But why does somebody that have an injury of that sort and choose to thrive, and another one chooses to stay bitter and self-pity and remorseful? I think that all goes back to your attitude, which also is a reflection of who you stay in contact with. I find the winners in life, and I try to keep those people in my life. If it's a lot of negative energy and drama, nothing personal, but you won't be around me very long.
Excellent. Like, this alone can be a mantra. That's precisely what it, and you are this person that everybody wants to see once a day at least. That's precisely how it is. Yes. Oh my God. So you're an example in my mind. Just seeing you is, you're an example that in this corona, people either thrive or barely survive. Like, unfortunately, lots of my friends kind of really lost their minds for the wrong reasons. And you're an example how people thrive. I told you, I have a friend who started making furniture. Like, some people writing songs, poems, they write books, they paint. There is a way, and it's all about the attitude. Absolutely. My question is, what is, let's say everything is over and we're back to normal and we start seeing each other in person, and then we have to fly. You have to come to Toronto and I have to come to Atlanta. But what is one thing that you're gonna be missing from the situation that we're now in? Is there anything that you would miss after this is over?
I'm not sure I'm going to miss it, but I think I will make a more concerted effort to spend time alone daily, whether
Mhm.
it's 5 minutes or not necessarily a meditation, but to just be with myself and
Mhm.
accept what I see in the mirror. Because it's my opinion, we all have strengths and weaknesses. We all have assets and liabilities. We all have stuff. And sometimes I get caught up in the stuff, in the negativity and the mistakes I've made and remorse. But I consciously try to make a choice not to go there. And if I go there for a short time mentally, I make a phone call to somebody and they immediately get me out of that.
Yeah.
But I've got a different routine of my daily routine to get my mind focused on what I need to work on for that day.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so this is so solitude. Somebody said you have to spend time in solitude anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't need Corona to face ourselves and to introduce, but spending time in solitude is one of the gifts that this isolation kind of gave us, because so many people for the first time stopped and spent some time alone, which is unbelievable, right? So we need this on a daily basis, and you're absolutely right. What would be one thing that you not recommend, but what are you doing that makes you feel really, really authentic? What makes you feel merry? What makes you feel happy and free on a daily basis? I binge on watermelon. Like, I eat watermelon. Do you have a little trick or secret that you can give us? Just what to do?
I think the one thing that has always made me happy is nature, and
Yeah.
I have a pretty significant size yard, and I love cutting grass. I'm now cutting my neighbor's grass. I'm now the yard lady for her, and didn't mean to. But really, cutting grass is therapy. It's instant gratification. You see right where you've been, and it's changed. You feel kind of in control. But I love nature. I sit on my deck every morning with my coffee and I watch the hummingbirds come to my feeder. I thought I had one, now I have three. I mean, I'm counting birds. I don't count birds, but I get excited to feed the birds, and I'm connected to animals in nature, and that brings me joy. And it reminds me again, like I said at the beginning, that we are all connected: humans, animals, sky, moon, sun. Uh, in my experience, I believe we are all connected, and there's no coincidence that I met you on Zoom and
Yeah.
you're so far away and I'm where I am. And, whether we get together physically when this passes or not, my life has changed because I met you. And that is how I live my life. I try not to take anyone or anything for granted. There's some tough lessons that happen to get that lesson. Um, but there's nothing in life but right now.
Yeah.
There's not a guarantee of noon today that I'm going to be wherever I am at noon today.
Yeah.
It's but for me, I've had some tough lessons in that. But I try not to. I'm not perfect. I try not to take anything for granted, as it can be taken away in a flash.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, Mary, you're so wise. The idea is that we're in this together, and as you said, we're here to uplift each other. We're not here to put each other down. I mean, no negativity. I have a friend who says 10 seconds for somebody who starts complaining. I'm sorry, I have something better to do. And as you said, appreciating others, and I think it was in one of my quotes, makes you feel that their excellence can be yours. For some reason, you connect with people in a way unprecedented before, and absolutely not taking people for granted. But above all, who you are just now comes shining through. In this situation, people show really their true colors. No,
Mm-hmm.
there is no way to hide. Okay, your neighbor. Can you imagine? How happy is she? Do you have good equipment? I mean, like you're cutting grass with what kind of a
Right.
product?
Yeah. I have a riding lawnmower, so it's just across the street. So it's not that bad. But something that you spoke about, Alma, was, you know, I was taught to treat everyone with dignity and respect. I was in education for 31 years, and an older lady said she was an assistant principal at this school, and and she was older than I was, but we connected like nobody's business. And I would call her mama, and she'd call me sunshine. And typically, places that I hang around every once in a while, that my nickname has become Sunshine, which I think you just shared. And I thought, how appropriate. I never thought that, but I hope I bring a little bit of light into the world wherever I step into. But she is the one. It was kind of in the South, we call it a good old boy network. She was not, she was a different ethnicity and was not treated well. And I watched her from a distance and did not understand how she could, quote, play the game. And I ended up talking to her every day. I had lunch duty and watched the children eat, which is an experience in itself in a high school. And we ended up just randomly talking, and we became very close very quick. And I asked her one day, I said, how do you put up with the good old boy network? And she said, you treat everyone with dignity and respect. And I never will forget that. And I try to do that no matter what our backgrounds are, any other view of anything. If I treat you with dignity and respect, I will get that back.
Yes.
And it's, and I remember my mom and dad saying, don't judge a book by its cover. I didn't know what that meant. But I understand that now, as you go through life and go through some experiences, it helps you realize what truly is important. And we are all trying to get through this together. And it's a horrible situation, but I just love seeing people all over the world helping each other. And I just hope and pray that when this passes, that we remember that and that we continue that behavior. I don't think we're going to go back to what it used to be like, and I don't want it to, personally.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So forget the colors, but please, I have proof, like black on white, that in my email from this morning, what did I call you? Miss Sunshine.
You
Did I
did.
know this about your teacher? No. You see, telepathy. There is something much, much more intriguing than we know. Okay, so what are you gonna do today? Today is Saturday. What's on your agenda?
Let's see, what is on my agenda? I'm thawing out pork chops, so I'm going to grill some pork chops for dinner and make
Yes.
some zucchini. Let's see. I I don't have any. I have no plans whatsoever.
Okay. Well, then I will send you this video, and I have the feeling that today is gonna be the day that you are gonna be our sunshine, and I cannot wait to publish this. I cannot thank you enough for doing this. Just sitting with you, this is already the best news of my day. We're contemporaries. We live at the same time on the same planet. I mean,
Right.
what is your doggy's name?
My dog's name is Jackson, and I have a story about him.
Okay.
Uh, I'm just going to take all day, apparently.
Go,
So
please
he's
do.
8-year-old chocolate lab, beautiful dog. I went to go visit the lady that had the puppies, which is not good for me. So if I see a puppy or a child, I just melt. It's all over. So for me to visit the puppy was not a good idea because I was coming home with the dog. Um, but I wanted to buy some land and get a chocolate lab was my dream, and let the dog run free and so forth and so on. So I don't have land, but I have the dog, and he's 8 years old. So the lady that was selling the dog, her grandson called, and I was a coach at the time, and said, "Hey, is Coach at the house?" And he, "Oh yeah, she's here." He said, "Well, let Coach have the puppy that Mommy won't let me have." And I thought, well, first of all, Mommy, you need to get it together. But we know how it is. As a 5-year-old wants a puppy, it's not the 5-year-old's puppy, it's Mommy's puppy. He's going to take it out and be responsible. And so I talked to him on the phone, and I said, well, Jackson, I would love to. I think I'm going to get the puppy. And I have the one that, you said your mommy wouldn't let you have, but I have an idea. He's like, "What's that, Coach?" And I said, "Well, what about naming the puppy Jackson? How would you feel about that?" He said, "Oh, really? You would do that?" And I said, "I would." He said, "I spell my name Jaxon, like a little 5-year-old would do." And so that's the name of my dog. That's how you spell his name. And he's a
Okay.
joy.
Priceless. Priceless. So next time we're gonna see Jackson
Okay.
in
All
the
right.
picture. Oh my
All
God.
right.
Great. Thank you. I love you. I love Jackson. I love the whole story. I love everything about you. So I have a feeling we're gonna see each other very soon. And I'll send you the video, and take care, sweetheart. Stay
Thank
well.
you. Absolutely. Thank you so much for asking.
Thank you.